Yes.
And you want to approve today's agenda and minutes. Do we have a motion to do that? The minutes from 8/22/24 and they're virtual. We have a motion to approve those, guys?
Yes.
Our last
Approve.
Okay. And then you're up, Amy.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey.
meeting.
Same as last time because I haven't done the books again.
Well, that's okay because we'll have to take out some more money again.
Yes. Who bought lunch yesterday?
They sent us an invoice
Perfect.
and I sent it back and said, is this still correct? Because we didn't have any drinks.
Okay.
So when I get that back, I'll send it to you.
Okay, great.
What did
How
we
did it
purchase?
go?
It was great. Fantastic.
We had a lot of fun. There were 40 people at our site, and there were, I think, 27 or 30 at DFW.
That is awesome, y'all.
That's great.
But I have to ask Jim for pictures. I'm making some notes.
So have you
Oh,
had-
Jim hot dog.
Suzanne, my media person was there yesterday. I will let her.
oh, awesome. Yes,
Yeah, we were
I'll-
gonna ask you about that.
Yep.
Yeah, she was
Her
awesome.
name was Suzanne.
Yes, she's like the cool. She's like way too cool to hang out with me.
She got out of that out of her car, and I went, "Is that Amy?"
Oh,
She's dressed so cool. Look at her hair too. Oh my gosh,
I know. She's so cool, man.
she really is. She hit that whole site too. I bet she's got some great pictures. Man, those guys rocked it. They were like, "What are we going to do next year?" And
I've been talking. Yeah, I was talking to my guys over here, and they're looking for potential sites here too in
awesome.
Plano. So, just as an alternative. But I think that Chris said that they have at least 2 more sites.
At least, if you go on to Dallas Parks and just look at cemeteries, there's a lot.
Historical cemeteries. Yeah.
Mhm. Because that's
But yeah, it was great. Lunch was great. We had lots of prizes to give out. Almost everybody got something. Well, everybody did get something,
Right.
and then additional people won prizes. So, Michael, when I'm sending those pictures to you,
Yeah.
there's one picture with people wearing all the hats. That's for Plano Power. That's the one I wanted to try to, make sure they got. Or we
Oh,
hashtag
sure.
Plano Power. It's
And
the
he-
one with all this. Yeah.
And Four Brothers
got
did this stuff too, Michael, and there's pictures of their stuff with so Mr. Boating was great about getting pictures of everybody with their stuff.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, and I could add that on their partner page too.
Right.
Absolutely.
Here, I'm gonna send the link. Who wants the link?
Definitely for me.
Me too.
See if I can forward it. That way you guys can see it. I'm
Sure.
at a stoplight, so I can do it. Amy Heath,
What you need?
Michael Levy,
Cool.
and then S. Henson. Susan Henson. All right. Now you guys have the link. Tell me if it works.
We will.
Sure will. Let me check it.
Who-
It should go. The email should go pretty quick because it's just text.
Oh yeah, let's see here. Yep, I got it.
Rock and roll, me too.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect. Oh, those look great. Yeah, I'll get those up.
you don't have to use them all. I just went around and I tried to do vertical because I know that on a lot of these apps, vertical is better for social media.
Yeah. No, they look fabulous. This would be a great. I'll get these on the site. It's awesome. Thank
So
you, Mark.
You'll get more from Suzanne and
Yeah.
probably higher quality than mine. But the ones that were really important were the ones with the sponsor gift
Yeah.
from my collection, and Suzanne's got, like I said, she'll probably have better pictures.
Well, these are awesome. I'll get them
She's
up.
really cool.
I think my favorite part was the moment of silence.
Yeah. Who said that?
Mike,
Oh, Mike. Sorry, I didn't see you were there.
that was, it didn't even feel awkward at all.
No.
Very,
Okay.
very moving.
It felt appropriate. Anyway, thanks everybody for going. That was
Yeah, that's fantastic.
anyway, under new business, are we ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay, annual membership meeting, Mr. Boating, potentially January 25th with the location to be determined.
Yeah. What are we thinking? Like, are we thinking that we just do a dinner again? Or
Depend
every
on-
time we try to do a retreat, like it's so hard with everyone's schedule on the weekend.
Well,
Everyone's got.
We'll figure out by the number of participants that we have. So we'll put the call out and just keep promoting.
Yeah. I mean, I like going. I mean, I do like going to the restaurant and doing it that way. I think it's pretty fun doing it that way.
That's great.
But whatever you guys want to do, it's fine by me.
Right.
Whatever we vote on.
So we'll to be determined.
Yeah.
But we have a date. The next on our agenda, Mr. President, is the ISAT conference.
Yeah. So what we wanted to talk about was kind of game plan, what our goals are to get out of this conference. I know one of them is to get some additional board members on, right?
Recruit board members, yes, sir.
That's, I think, our probably top priority. And then our next priority would be speakers, soliciting speakers. And I mean, it sounds like we've got a pretty good list of speakers already for our 3 events next year. But it never hurts to expand our speaker list, and maybe that's something that we can start doing too. Is just having a list of speakers in general that we've used in the past, and keep adding them to a list. So when we do a conference, we can start reaching out to these people like that, and kind of just keep growing that list.
I think we also we can at least announce our event dates for February and June.
Yeah, I think our goal would be to do that in October, to do it by the next.
I did talk to Mark Cruzy yesterday. And San Antonio is down for municipal and safety, or the bilingual.
Okay.
So we can announce those, dates and people, not people, but locations.
Yeah, just basically say more information coming soon.
Right. I just meant when we're talking it up too.
Yeah.
And I'm also real excited about it. This will be my first time to ISAT for the conference, so I'm really pumped about it.
Bring a lot of electrolytes.
Yeah.
I
Well-
was gonna say bring a sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring a sweater too.
It's so cold in there. It's
Yeah.
insane.
It always
Bring it. Yeah, it is cold. Bring a sweater that you can put an IV bag in.
Wow.
Mark's not staying all week.
I'm there from Tuesday to Friday.
I
So-
know, and you're gonna look like it by Friday.
Oh, by Friday you won't recognize me.
Anyway, so at the conference, we need to, as Mark said, look for speakers, announce our event dates, recruit board members, and Mr. Levy and I are going to put a flyer together that the Texas Forest Service will give out at their booth. And we can probably put
Awesome.
dates on there.
So we can promote our event.
Yes, sir.
And I'll promote our event during my talk
Yes.
as well, during my presentation.
And then under old business, we have a board resignation and we're looking for replacement. And so hopefully by our next meeting, we will have some delegates for that position.
So we will, okay, it's only one board member we're looking for, or two?
One.
Just one, okay. And then do we have a certain like job description of the type of person we're trying to get?
Well, yes, it would be under our code of conduct and, you know, you have to make 75% of the meetings and special events. You have to have, you know, we look at the code of conduct and, but basically, if they'll come to the meetings, then they'll participate.
Do they need to be in Mike's service area, Mike's still service area?
Well, it helps. We would like to have people that bring something to the board.
Mike, do you have like a map that shows all the areas that I think that's on the A&M website.
Yeah, if you go to the Texas A&M website and go to community and urban forestry category, and then
Yeah.
do about, it'll say something about a map, program map, and it'll bring up a area. And I got 10 counties: Navarro, Ellis, Dallas, and then just all the way up to the Red River. Got Grayson, Fannin, and then Cook
Okay.
County. Cook County's the new one.
So someone in that county, okay, in those counties. Good. The only other thing from that we kind of found out yesterday is that we had the Congress meeting, Forestry conference meeting yesterday, or Forestry Council meeting yesterday, and it's possible that the council might help with picking speakers and speaker topics for ISA Texas every year. So we might have some involvement through that to help with that.
That was a good hookup too. I can't believe that meeting lasted 2 hours in the back of a car.
Yeah, I know. It's too long.
Anyway, shows our commitment, huh?
Yeah.
Next on the agenda, Mr. President, would be our Texas Forest Service partnership grant. Would you like-
Right. So is Preston here?
No, I don't see him.
It appears so.
Okay. So they found a source of trees to purchase. So PepsiCo basically lowered the grant from 25,000 to 10,000. And so Dallas is still going to be doing the planting. And so Preston was trying to source, and we were trying to call all these different companies. And the best we could get was $25 for 3 and 5 gallon plants. But apparently they found a location just east of Rockwell that's going to sell them for $12.50 a piece. So we should be able to pretty easily get the 400 trees that they're going to plant out there. Preston pretty much has everything covered. They've got, I was at the meeting actually, and Mac Martin was there and PepsiCo was there. Mike, were you at that meeting? You were at that meeting with me. And basically he's got everything budgeted out, and we should come under budget on that. So, and hopefully we get that $1,000 that we were promised.
That's awesome.
So yeah, finding them for $12.50 was a big deal because we were gonna have to either ask for more money or reduce the amount of trees. So
Good job.
everything's good on that front. And I went out last week to, oh man, Matt or Mike, where did I go last week? I can't remember. Cedar Valley College, and then where Mary Brody is, and I met with their park department, and we have 2 potential locations for next year.
Awesome.
Right.
And so we're looking at possibly doing a micro forest as like a pilot project to plant a lot of trees. I don't know if you guys have heard much about micro forest, but you kind of overplant with a mixture of shade trees and larger trees, and it kind of creates like a forest effect in like 3 to 5 years. And they both like that idea of doing that. And we looked at locations, and so we pretty much already have locations selected for next year, depending on which way we want to go. So we're good to go there.
You also have that World Soccer hookup too for that. It makes it look so inviting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Anyway, good job, guys.
Yep.
Next is our bilingual workshop. Miss Amy, I talked with Mark yesterday, and you should be really excited. He said that it has been Eduardo's dream to do all 3 locations.
Woohoo!
And so, in addition, I reached out to Mickey Merritt. He's the president of the Houston Urban Forestry Council, and I asked him if they'd consider partnering with us, and then I sent him the agenda for both of the municipal and the bilingual. And then Mark kind of brought it up yesterday too, that we were partnering with them. But I haven't talked to Mickey since then, and apparently he and Matt Weaver are whom we should work with. But they're happy with the dates and the speakers so far, and with the new bilingual software, we should really be kicking it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
it's all exciting. Wow.
That is
It-
cool.
It is so great. Quick question. I don't know if San Antonio is going to be on board with that, because they said they'd gone heavy with Eduardo the past few years, and we're
Who-
kind of
Who
looking
do you
for.
think told me that? Cruzy told me that.
Okay, this was coming from the Burketts who host it. So
Oh,
I think Eduardo doing all. Is he sick?
who? Eduardo?
I don't know.
Okay, that must be a bad. No, I think I have bad intel.
Okay.
Okay.
So anyway, we can talk it up at conference and meet, greet, and find out what's going on.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how much that software cost, Amy?
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
How-
Will my understanding is that there's a possibility that by next year, under the ISA or ISAT, we can use their account, since they're also doing registration.
Nice.
So it will be a pass-through cost to the $13 registration fee. If the rest of the board votes on it, that's what I'm proposing. I'll just throw it out there.
Well, based on how many people we had at our Spanish English conference last year, I think the answer would probably be yes.
I think it will be.
Yeah.
So the
But-
ISAT is in negotiations with the ISA for bulk packaging. So as soon as the ISA approves it, then like the ISAT will be under their main umbrella. So it'll reduce the cost even more, and then the ISAT will be able to use it at all events that they're part of. So I'm hoping that that's the direction we go.
And you can use that for any language, right?
Any language. So we can do the aerial rescue class like that. We can do the first aid CPR, the one we're talking about with for the
Munich.
certified tree worker. We
Yeah.
can do, as long as the ISAT is involved with the registration and the CEUs, then we will be able to also add that.
I would still like for them to, for us to call it Spanish English workshops. I think that attracts a lot of people when you say that. A lot of people that, you know, don't normally come out. We could still have Spanish speakers and then have the non-Spanish speakers have it translated to English.
Yeah, because it doesn't
know?
matter which way you're going.
Right. And I needed that at the last one.
And it helps people that English speakers learn more Spanish too. So,
Thank you.
you know, yep. It goes both ways.
All right. Well, if we can move on to the municipal workshop, which we have on right now scheduled for June 26th in Dallas and the 24th in San Antonio.
Yep.
And
And I think we have all the topics for that too. I don't know where I wrote them down.
well, Dana Carter is confirmed and Matt Grubestich is confirmed.
Right.
So we've already got two really good speakers.
And if we expand, that would be June 28th would be the third date.
Or San Antonio.
No, San Antonio is on the 24th. They're in already.
Oh,
If
so
we
it'd be in
added
Houston.
Houston.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, and then next on the agenda is our shade keeper training, and Jim's not even on, but I owe him an apology. Our next training is November 16th, the Grand Prairie Memorial Library, 925 Conover Drive. December 7th at Epic Central, we're doing infield pruning. And then February 1st, we're doing fruit tree pruning at one of the community gardens. That's to be determined. So that's always a lot of fun when we do the fruit trees. And
Yeah.
Epic Central is going to be a lot of young fruit tree or young shade tree pruning. Because I've just planted.
That's awesome. Hey,
And then
do we need to add a line for the safety workshop?
Yeah, sure. Handle it, Michael.
I think we talked about doing that in March, right? Or April?
Well, we can always discuss the date. Amy wanted December. Did you have a reason for that, Amy?
No.
Okay.
So what am I putting again?
I think April is what we had decided. Just so like, you know, February, then we get a month to prepare for the next one, April, then we get
Well,
another.
if we're gonna do April,
month.
we're gonna do it. We have to start pushing now. But safety like that training, if you're talking about certification, it'll fill.
Yeah. And that has the aerial rescue, CPR, and what's the other one?
Stop the bleed.
Stop the bleed. Is that a 1 day or 2 day?
That'd take 2 days.
But those filled up pretty quick.
Amy? You think that class would fill pretty quick?
100%.
Okay.
I
So
mean, we already have a location, but we can expand based on what software is available. But that A&M has 2 rooms that I think have an occupancy of 40 apiece.
well, we'll have to look at trainers, which that shouldn't be a problem.
I thought Rasmussen was going to come in, and if we have the option for translation from him, he could do both.
Okay.
Can we
Maybe.
pick a date? Can we pick a date today? Because
Sure.
I need to reserve these dates with
Mhm.
the Texas
fine.
A&M AgriLife.
Well, let's see when speakers can do it.
Okay.
Yes.
So then I'll go ahead and reserve the dates for the February and the June.
Okay, so what part of the month do you want to do this, Mr. President?
What's that?
This April meeting or event?
I think we kind of follow the pattern the third week. We're doing all of our things like around the 20th to 25th.
Okay, so
So
that would
whatever
be
Thursday falls in that range.
23rd, 25th, 27th.
So we're doing ours on a Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
And that gives us like 2 months, right, between each workshop.
Okay, so do we want to do that close? I guess we just have to. Okay.
Yeah, why not? Because in the fall we have, we have the conference, we have saluting branches, and it's the holidays, and it's
Shade keepers and
going
PepsiCo.
back to
Everybody wants to do stuff in
the
early
fall.
spring and then fall.
Yeah, that leaves us open to taking on grants and doing planting stuff in the fall.
Okay. So where are we, Michael?
Well, we were on the, we had just finished up with the workshop stuff, I believe.
We've done shade keeper training already,
shade-
or you were in
Yeah, we
process
did
of
that.
doing
And
I'm sorry, yeah.
saluting branches.
Saluting,
We've
yes.
already kind of talked about saluting branches.
Yeah, we're done with that.
And then EAB, like you got anything? I think he left us too. I was gonna ask if he had an EAB update. But we can skip over that. And go to Mr. Michael Levy, who has our web update. If you haven't looked at our new
It looks
layout,
great.
It's coming along. I'm really excited. I think it gives us a lot more growth opportunities, and so I'm pretty excited about that. But yeah, I got that launched right after Labor Day, and it's just been, improving. As far as the information and communication, I think it's going to be a lot better than what we had before. And again, we're just and again, we're continuing to build up partner pages. When you get a chance, if you haven't already, check out we have a partner page for all of our different companies that we've been partnering with. And what my intention is that whenever we do have an event with any of those partners, we'll put information. I'll link to their page to where we will have where they'll have a little bit of a little write-up about their company, and then a link to whether it's a registration for that or not, and pictures. So I think it's going to be pretty cool where we can really centralize the information with that partner, for our upcoming events. So I think it's going to be pretty fun. And I'm really focusing on the blog to be able to, to highlight all of our different events and different updates. The meeting minutes as well as our agendas will be blog posts, and I can link to those all throughout the site, and as well as in the newsletter when that goes out. So the Zoom information will always be on the front. So if we ever do have anything, if I needs that Zoom link, it'll always be there at the beginning of the blog post. So we're trying to keep that kind of stuff in mind whenever we're doing it reoccurringly each month. So again, it's definitely very informative. We're going to have a page for our workshops, which I'll also link. Well, there's a place for the partner sponsor, whoever, if there's somebody that's going to be like a title sponsor for that, I'll be able to link to that on that page and also put the pertinent information for that event, as well as other links for pictures and things. So it's going to be a lot more intuitive, and it should hopefully be a great wealth of information as we go. So that's been a real fun project working on, for the last several months. And I just, after our workshop in New Braunfels, I really had the vision that it needed to be a lot more concise, and it needed be a little bit more organized in a different way with the way we're growing, our continued growth. It's been pretty exciting. And again, any feedback y'all have, and again, also any kind of verbiage or content that we can do for maybe our different events. I might need a little help with maybe some verbiage to be able to make it real concise and appealing for when new folks come through to see what we kind of do at those events. But other than that, those are the things I've been working on. And again, we're just and I appreciate all the pictures, and so I'll get those new photo gallery that I've been able to put together in the works, and we'll get all those pictures up from Saluting Branches and all of our upcoming events that we have. But it's been pretty fun. We're growing, and we have a lot. And again, any new ideas y'all have, shoot them my way, because I think all of this is going up from here.
Attention.
Yeah. What's that?
What'd you say, Amy?
That wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. It was an announcement going on in our buildings. I was trying to keep it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, I think it's really important that we really make an effort to thank our sponsors too. I think that's really great.
Yeah.
And with social media, I don't know how to do it all, but like hashtagging their companies, when we post, and thanking them and showing pictures of, what we did, it helps them, and they're more likely to help us out. But it does help when Amy spends $8,000 to $10,000 for a company. Thank you, Amy.
Amen. All right.
Yeah, not having a private company is so different than municipal, and you can just make different things happen. We all have our special powers.
Amen.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, speaking of social media, which is next, and by the way, great job, Mike. Good job.
You bet.
Social media is Miss Mary Brody, and she does contact outside of just Facebook. She has some tree groups that she uses that she'll send our information to, and she's trying to build that network. So we just send her that information.
Mm-hmm.
You can get that to her, Michael?
Yeah, I certainly will. And as a matter of fact, Mary and I have been working together on getting our calendar up to date. So all these things on the agenda have been added to the calendar, and that'll be up on the site probably by tomorrow. So those things are, I'm just, any new dates that I'm getting, I'm just making sure that they get on there. And Mary's doing great, like with the outreach and all. And I'm going to try to have her also learn how to do some of the like contributing to blog posts and things. So she'll have some other things that she can help us do in the meantime. But I know she's real excited, and we're just finding ways to get everybody included, because I know there's a lot of areas.
I talked to Mary last week, and she had said that she was able to create a couple new pages, but then they got shut down like immediately. So she's trying to figure out why they got shut down.
Huh.
I think it was because there were probably two pages for the same company.
That may be.
That's what I think it is. Like they were like, "Hey, why we have two pages for the same company?" So she's sorting that out.
Yeah, that's been, then Facebook especially has been a little bit more difficult to work with.
Yeah.
My son told me it's usually easier just to start a new account.
Yeah. Well, she did. She started a new
Yes,
account.
she did.
Oh,
Yeah, they're just being butts about it.
well, yeah, as long as she's working on it.
Oh yeah,
Working away.
She definitely has.
Okay, well, next is the Urban Forestry Management Planning Workshop Committee. You have anything on that, Mr. President?
No, we basically have it all spread out now, right? Like, cause I don't know that we need,
That specific group?
yeah, cause, well, I mean,
We can talk
or,
about
may,
that.
or we just make it we call it workshop committee, and then we just put all of our 3 workshops underneath that.
So that's something that we would discuss at our board retreat.
Yeah, we can change the name to workshop committee.
So
Cool.
we look at committee restructure.
Hmm.
Okay. Next is our speakers bureau, and I haven't done anything, so I apologize, but I've been doing a few other things. But I'll work on that and send an update for our next meeting.
Can I comment? Here?
But if you have any articles, PowerPoints, etc., send them to Michael. And we'll categorize and get those up eventually.
Yeah,
Okay, so
we're up now.
you're putting presentations on there?
Well, not really necessarily for the not on the public side, but I mean, if we wanted to have stuff, I mean, if have templates and stuff that I'm linking up for y'all to use for PowerPoints and stuff, and then just
Oh, I see.
and also stuff what I'm calling in the field. Also articles. I know Susan sends me a bunch to it. Just articles that are pertinent for just real interesting stuff that's out going on in the field, and linking those up.
Okay.
So if you see articles or information that he needs, send them to Mike and he'll get them up in our blog post.
Okay.
Texas Tree Trails, Mr. Steve is not with us, so the next thing on our agenda, Mr. President, would be the Texas Urban Forestry Council representative, and that's you. I think
Oh,
you,
Yeah.
on tree trails, we are 45 trees away from having the list totally complete, which is exciting.
yay!
I know. And so I know they're making progress and pulling it back together.
Yeah. Amy's been helping out. I think you got what, like 4 or 5 trees for him?
Oh, more than that.
More
We're
than that.
working.
No.
Yeah, we're working on the last half. So we should get them by maybe, I probably need 6 weeks to do the remaining 45.
Oh. Thanks for doing that.
Amen.
If there's any near me in Plano, let me know and me and Mike will go.
Okay, I love it. And my arborists are out every day. They drive past these places, so they just stop and look and do the info super fast. So it's easy with my setup to have tree surgeons do it. And
Okay.
we think it's so fun. Like everybody shares the photos. These trees are amazing. It's
Amen.
really fun to do.
You know, nothing feels better than standing underneath the canopy of a huge tree.
Yeah.
Why we do this.
Amen. So, long-term and continued planning is next on our list, and we're going to assist all these areas like Irving, Dallas, Highland Park, Heritage Ranch, Waxahachie, Plano, Corsicana, Terrell, Dallas County Community College. We're going to assist them with their tree inventories, urban forestry management plans, etc. But we need to make sure we keep them on our radar for all our events.
Hey, Mike, did you want to talk about what you and I are doing?
Yes, I did. So Blake Aldridge was on the call, and he's with the water district and the Tarrant County Regional Water District, and he's asked for the same thing that these 9 other folks have asked for. It's a tree appraisal, and so I got Mark agreed to go out there with me, and we're gonna just Basically, these things are just train the trainer, type of deal. Get with, someone who works for the company. So in this case, it'd be Blake, and just show him what what is popping out at us, as, tree risk assessment qualified folks. And, and so, people keep calling me and asking me for this type of thing, and I, unless it's unless it's declared a disaster area, we can't roll out an urban forest strike team for it. So really the only other option is to get folks from a forestry council who have gone through track and help out in this situation. If it's like a public entity, we're trying to save them money. Otherwise, he already had a tree company come through, but they were I think it was more like they were just trying to find trees to cut down, and they had they just listed about 100, I think it was 100 hackberries. They were just gonna take them down for different reasons, and he wanted a second opinion. And I think that TBUFC is in a good position to help out, and so I appreciate Mark committing to go out there with me. It's going to be, when is it, Mark? Did we say Wednesday?
Yeah, after the conference. I think it's on the Monday after the conference. Monday or Wednesday.
Yeah. The guy sent me an invite, but I say more the merrier. I was kind of batting back and forth, having, say, a Marion Linebarger type go out, and this is just between us, to assist. He's not ISA, a person like himself is not ISA certified or track qualified, but if bringing people in on this that don't have those qualifications, like even some of the tree the folks that Susan trains, bringing them with us, and they can at least get diameters for us. And as we're going through and looking at the trees. And but I think it's important to have someone track qualified, especially if we're using that app Tree Risk that TFS puts out. And so what I'm hoping is, what I'm seeing is or envisioning is this thing that Mark and I go on, and then we make a concerted effort to start addressing these other 9, starting with Heritage Ranch. They've been on this list for probably 4 years now, and we've never been able to make it out there. And I'm hoping that maybe we can get some traction to go out there and do this type of thing for them. It's an HOA, and this thing with Blake, it involves an HOA as well. So, and then another thing I was thinking about is, like, Michael, I'm so glad you're going to the tree conference, but I was wondering if maybe an incentive for being a board member would be that you get, that somebody on the board member, it could be it doesn't have to be 3 at once, but maybe we pay for them to attend the tree conference. That way everybody gets even though they're not working as arborists, they kind of get, we let them into our, we let them see what we do, and like Jim Pottock's another one that, he's not in the field, but he certainly is, wants to learn. So think that sums up what I want to say. Thank you.
Hmm. How would that work? Can we spend money like that?
We have, as a board, designated for money for scholarships to the conference. We usually, was more professional, but, there's no reason that the board couldn't vote to send, a non-professional, as Mike says. So that's just up to the board. It's too late for
Mhm.
this year, but we can definitely put it on the agenda for the board retreat.
Yeah. Well, and we can also talk to Gene Garing too, he knows we're doing a lot of workshops, and there are scholarships, so we could go scholarship way first. And then if
Well,
not, then
Michael
we could
Levy,
pay.
myself, and Mary Brody are all going on municipal or the nonprofit scholarships.
Yep.
Oh, man.
So I think they pay for the event, but not for hotel, right?
Right, so I rented an Airbnb, has 3 rooms, invited Mary, and it's $200 a night.
That's great. Good job.
So,
Awesome.
where there's a will, there's a way. We have options, and I've added that to the board retreat agenda.
Okay. Good idea, Mike. Mike and I also kind of talked about, since what we're doing here is he already got a survey done, and the survey said he needed to remove 110 trees. And so he's looking for an independent opinion from us. And we told him, look, we'll go out there and perform a level 1 ISA, kind of just a walkthrough to look at the 100 trees. We're not going to do a level 2, but we also talked about the possibility of if we did want to do some consulting, we could, but we just have to do it outside of our normal work hours, And if we wanted to
Also
charge,
talk about charging on that too, Mark.
yeah, if we wanted to charge people to say, hey, we'll come and assess something. I don't know if that's something we want to do, but we just kind of talked about it.
Well, it would be more of a, it would fall under the thing we talked about earlier, speakers bureau. So you have folks, we're not doing an assessment. We're training the trainer. So we're
Yeah.
actually, we're not really doing the assessment for them. We're helping, bolster their ability to do it themselves.
From
Yeah.
a liability standpoint, that's all we can do.
Yeah. Okay.
But we don't want to infringe on Amy's ability to make a buck either,
Amen.
That's true.
But as a board, we know that she's a reliable tree company if they so need a recommendation.
Yep.
Okay. We'll all probably see each other at conference. Was there anything else that anyone would like to add?
Do we want to meet up for dinner one night? I'm going to be there Tuesday. Is anyone else going to be there Tuesday?
Yeah.
So Mike, you'll be there.
I'm gonna be there Tuesday.
Okay.
Mike and Mary and I are there Thursday. Thursday night is the social with the vendors where they do the raffles and all of that. An option would be, I think the house that I've rented has like seating and a little fireplace in the backyard. Or the traditional crickets. That's where Mark goes.
I don't like going there really though.
Yeah,
I just go there to talk to people that I haven't had a chance to talk to. But I'm not a big bar scene guy.
yeah, Susan, can you provide us the address of that, some way, and maybe we can just, enjoy your backyard over there. That sounds really fun and quaint.
Copacetic. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Right.
I like that. These days I just like to keep things small.
Yeah, and the door charge won't be much.
Ah,
cover charge.
Right.
No,
Gotta reimburse you for that $200 a night there. That's a good thinking.
Well, it's a good thing it's guys' night and we get in for free.
yeah, I'll send y'all that information. We got some.
You know, it's the girls inviting all the guys to come, you know? So, that's all I'm saying. I'll wait to say that. I should wait to say that till after the meeting was
You know,
done.
I got one more thing, you guys. Richland College Arbor Day. It's a Saturday after the conference. It's September 28th, and it's over at Richland College. Michael, I sent you the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
it's got the agenda on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I can't go, Mike. I'll be getting my driver's license renewed.
That's okay. All
But
right.
no,
I'm
who
just
even
putting-
thought they do that on Saturday?
I'm just putting it out there. It's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Richland College.
Them, that's
free
great.
for 'em.
Good information.
Yeah.
Yeah, take some pictures of the TTF tree farm.
All right, Mr. President, if there's no more comments, our next meeting will be October 10th and via Zoom at 12 p.m.
I hereby motion to adjourn this meeting. Can I get a second?
Okay. Second.
Thank you.
So
Gosh, man,
we're
it's
adjourned.
like the amount of stuff we're